feeds the Andromeda algorithm that Facebook has pushed out. What really feeds it is, what's going on, guys? Wanted to share something interesting that we just injected into the ad account that has allowed us to add a significant amount of really profitable spend and sales coming to our site and to our products that we're selling. Cool. So as we were talking about the last couple of days, if you've been attending the live media buying sessions, we've been talking a lot about A, consolidating, and B, injecting content that's complementary to the awareness that you're creating in your scaling campaigns, right? So in our scaling campaigns, if we were to go to maximum view here and look at what's been spending the most, you'll see it's going to be this creative here that's been spending a large amount of money over the entire period of this campaign. Now, what you'll also notice is there's this creative here that we injected yesterday. And this creative that we injected yesterday pretty much immediately started taking a very large amount of spend and spending extremely profitably. And this creative here is very complementary to the entire ecosystem of this campaign that we're running. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today to kind of give you guys some ideas that you could potentially implement to improve the overall performance of your campaigns. So take a look at today. You'll notice that the ad that's spending the most here is the new one that was injected, and that the previous top performing creative that has a really high hook rate and is grabbing everybody's attention is spending secondary, right? And it's not just spending secondary, but it's also spending actually quite profitable due to the fact that we are continuing to inject assets that are helping this creative perform better by filling other stages of awareness. Now, I do want to touch on this creative here very quickly. If you guys remember back in April, we pushed quite heavily a tariff play. I'm going to go ahead and just showcase what we did. Just so we're on the same page. So back in April, we had all the tariff shenanigans that were happening, and we created a piece of content that I shared with you all that we ended up scaling really heavily, which was a tariff ad that was basically saying, hey, our prices are going up. You can see it was performing at a 3.4 return on ad spend. We spent about 10K on it in April. I think we continue to spend on it in May as well. And what you'll notice is this creative here was super simple. It was saying, we're saying goodbye, raising tariffs are making it harder for everyone, even at PupRing, yada, 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 yada. Basically, we're saying we're going to have to increase prices, right? So it made it seem like we were going away, or it's like a goodbye note. It's pretty clickbaity, right, hooky. But it was just saying we're going to have to increase prices. What do? We ended up increasing prices right after this. So if you're going to run something that is squeezing on that, make sure you actually follow through with it. We ended up increasing prices. I'm trying to think which was the creative that we pushed. Yeah, they're all the same copy. Increased prices, but basically we were like, hey, this format of creative worked really, really well. It hooked people, and it made a lot of people stop and read through the paragraph that we had. We stopped running this after we saw diminishing returns with everybody catching on that, there was a tariff play that was happening across every brand on the marketing side. However, we recently were like, well, let's take what we've learned from this creative here. Let's take the winning variables and the things that, we're actually able to grab the attention and communicate to customer and approach them in a way that it could benefit the current funnels that we're running. So that leads us to what we just injected here a couple months later, right, in August, which we'll just take a look at again today. And you'll notice it's a very, very similar style creative. It's so similar that it actually even has the same dog moms were sorry, right? Like, we're not saying we're goodbye, right? But we're saying dog moms were sorry, which is kind of following that same like really hooky appeal, right? Like, people are like kind of glued to see what are, if they relate to being a dog mom, what are we sorry about, right? Like, they're reading through it. And all this is, if you read through this, which I'll read through it for you, if you recently purchased from us with our BOGO offer, we apologize. We decided we wanted to share even more with you until September 1st. When you buy one PupRing, you get 2 free. That means triple the sparkle and love for the price of one. This is our biggest sale ever. So if you've been dreaming of a handmade custom piece made to last, now is the time to make it yours. Claim yours before this deal disappears. So what is this doing? This is literally a lower end of the funnel piece of content that's telling people about our offer, right? And it's directly complementary to this entire campaign as it's offer based. So that's what it is, right? That's what the creative is, and that's what it's accomplishing. And it's fucking printing, right? Like, this is day one of this running, immediately taking up most of the spend. And this is kind of also to showcase to you guys that literally one singular creative that you inject can immediately take up all of the spend and can yield in really, really good performance, which is, being directly reflected today for us on just a sales perspective. Like, we're 122% up.
Yo, Alex from the future here. Totally forgot to mention while recording that video, but this is going to be the last time I'm offering my one-on-one mentorship for $1,000 a month. You can grab that grandfathered in price right now. Keep it forever. I'm continuing to double this as members join to ensure one-on-one time with everybody. So if you're interested in working directly with myself on your brand to scale it this upcoming Q4, you can check out the offer page at ecom.live/pricing. Cheers.
Now, we're not only doing this with that creative. Again, I believe I was showcasing the other day, so please go and watch the live media buying call if you've missed that one. But we're doing this with so many other styles of content that, again, are complementary to to the awareness that's being built with the creatives that are spending most in the scaling campaigns. A few other examples that I'll quickly just brief through here. This one here, which is just raw content that we've gotten back from our customers with text that we put over it saying, thank you, Pup Ring, for my beautiful keychain, so I can always have my baby with me. Again, complementary to that entire awareness. Hopefully it's making sense on what I mean by complementary. And you can see another one here. This one is on our BOGO free offer. But again, just mentioning the offer, showcasing product in different visual ways. What feeds the Andromeda algorithm that Facebook has pushed out, what really feeds it is diversity of content that's going to be speaking to different personas. So injecting that as much as you can into a consolidated form is what yields pretty good results. And that's the direction we're kind of continuing to go towards with Pup Ring. I'll stop yapping. Hopefully this gives you guys some thoughts. Cheers.